In this video, I'm going to walk you through the materials prep for Lesson 7 of Unit P1 from OpenSciEd. Okay, so there's a couple handouts. Let me scroll up. You will need the Texas County Data Analysis. They're going to complete this as they go through the CODAP experience investigation. So I'll talk about that in the overview video. They will also need, I think that's the only handout that students will need. However, there is a pretty big setup that you will want to have set up before students come in. And so let me go ahead and share that with you. It's going to be connecting back to the Electric City decisions demonstration. So you're going to use the same materials you used for Electric City earlier on in the unit. And you're going to create, it's going to be set up. Let me take you to the schematics real quick. So here's a picture of what it looks like. Here's a schematic. And so you're going to see that you have 3 surge protectors, but you're going to twist all of the white wires together right here and connect it to an alligator clip, as you see in the 1 position. You're going to twist all the black wires from the surge protectors together, represented in red, and you're going to twist them together and then connect the number 3 alligator clip. And then between that, you will have the ammeter, a switch, and a generator. And this is going to be your hand crank generator. And so the switch is going to be basically 2 alligator clips together that you can open and close. Okay, so this is quite the setup. And what we're going to do, I highlighted a few things. You need to make sure that you check that this works the way you want it to before you do it with students. Your ranges are going to look a little different than what is in the demo video. There is a video, let's see, where is it? It's right here. So preview this video to help you set it up. You're going to need to figure out what your different values are. So what the demand will be, and then what the storm less supply value will be. And you're going to create this with the hand crank generator as a demonstration. So let me go back down here. So check the ammeter values, make sure that it goes into a positive range when you crank the generators to turn on the lights. If it does not, you can reverse the connections and try again. Also, you're going to use those grain of wheat light bulbs, not the LED bulbs. They go on with much less energy. And so you need to just make sure that when you have less energy, that the light bulbs don't go on. The gist of it is, if I turn off the residential, so the houses and the factories and stores, if I turn those off, and I decide, as a class, we decide we need to keep the hospital on, then that same low amount of energy, that limited supply from the storm, will light up the bulbs for the hospital. And so this really starts the conversation of, if you had to make a decision of where energy was going to go, how are you going to make that decision? Well, it's pretty obvious that we're going to keep the hospital on and turn off the residential areas and the factories and stores. And so this starts to create a conversation about decision making and ethics and all of that. So after you have done the demo with students, you're going to use the CODAP app to look for correlation between the different possible variables that could have helped make these decisions. And so there is a little bit of an explanation of how to use CODAP in our overview video. You can see that the data in CODAP was taken from this website right here. You can modify or add data if you want, but basically you just use the link that's on this handout. Students will have the link and they will use that to analyze the data and figure out that there's actually no correlation between the variables. But don't tell them that. They're going to figure that out. And that's about it. So good luck on Lesson 7.